Hi there, it's me Jonas. Welcome to another informative video in user research. Today our topic is about atomic user research terms. But first, if you aren't very familiar with the atomic research idea, I recommend you first take a look at some of our basic level content to help you get things started. In the description down below, you will find a blog article about atomic UX research as a research framework. And on the top left, you will find a video explaining how to use atomic research in our tool Considerly. While researching on the internet and reading other articles, you will stumble upon many terms in the field of atomic UX research, which are used here. In this video, I will explain the basic terms and other terms and how they are related to each other. So let's just dive into it. Experiments, or the what we did part, are the activities you did to collect your data. You can have this information in the form of, for example, recordings or transcripts or just observer notes. So they can be marked as facts during the process of your data analysis or note-taking. On this way, they will be considered in further research steps. We move on to facts. Facts have the following characteristics. They are totally objective information and about a specific situation. They can be user quotes, observed behavior, or action. Therefore, they don't contain any interpretation. Moreover, they are valuable content that might contribute to your final results or other insights. So facts are what we found out. In the next step, at the insights, you interpret your data, so you make sense of the facts. So we evaluate and derive learnings and assumptions. During your interpretation, you will gain new insights. These are formulated by, for example, researchers or analysts. They might identify a problem, and since this is just an assumption, it must be verified by the facts. So keep in mind, all insights are somehow assumptions or hypotheses based on facts. Since you just have a limited number of tests on which you can build your interpretation on, they could be false or potentially biased partly. But with more experience, more evidence, and collaboration, they should point into the right direction most of the time. So insights are what we called what we've learned. This direction leads to a forward-thinking approach, and thus opportunities derive from them. With great insights come great opportunities. Here we have opportunities to use the insight for good, to tackle issues, to solve problems, or identify best practices. During user research, the question you need to ask yourself is, how could we improve? And on this point, use the existing insights and derive from them opportunities and fields of improvement. These opportunities come in very different forms and sizes. They might be elements in need of change, or even elements that should stay as they are. Potential wins or completely new ideas which should be implemented. In atomic research, all these elements are connected to each other, and you can easily understand how you gained some of the opportunities and how they are connected to insights. This way, your decisions on future improvements are based on real user research results and consists out of facts and those derived insights. So most of the time with this framework, the relation is not only a one-to-one, but a multiple-to-one link. And this is great for additional and future reading and documentation, because various facts with similar interpretations can lead to very, very precise insights, and opportunities can contain the learnings from numerous insights. This kind of path from opportunity to the small atomic units, the facts, is called a trace or a trail. And this kind of traceability helps to make real data-backed decisions. A trace is a logical connection between an opportunity and its supporting insights or facts, and therefore the proof of the real evidence. Why are these kind of definitions relevant to our daily research? Because some kind of precise categorization is necessary to implement the atomic research model, and this, using these terms, has also some other benefits for the whole team. First of all, your findings appear more plausible since you have proof of their origins. The more you work on data, the more interpretations and assumptions are contained. This is a very normal process and effect, but sometimes some opportunities and insights could turn out wrong in the end, because you are relying on rephrased facts or misinterpreted something. But here, because you know that your insights are based on facts, you can later review the data, the facts and the insights to identify the wrong assumptions, the biases or the unrecognized contexts that have led to the wrong interpretation and learn from them. This is a great additional way to learn and to refine your understandings of the user and the target group. The second benefit is in communicating and sharing with your others in research. When talking to other researchers, designers, developers, or product managers, different levels of abstraction and interpretation are great, because you can now select the level of abstraction which fits the respective audience. You are not presenting them too much or too little, and it's always possible to dig deeper into if they want to know more. As mentioned in the beginning, there are multiple other terms around the field of atomic research, so I will try to match them to our definitions now. Others, like Thomas Sharon, Daniel Pidcock, or Tomasz Virak, did foundational and advanced work and publications on this topic. But sometimes they used slightly different terms, so let's line up their vocabulary to see how it matches with ours. Some use the word nugget or even the word observation, described as a small, bite-sized piece of valuable objective information, which lines up perfectly with our previous defined fact. So it's called a fact. The term evidence is allocated as an additional layer in between facts and insights to add explicit information. Here you distinguish, for example, between user opinions and hard facts. The definition of findings is not that easy. Depending on the agreed usage, its meaning could be similar to the insight, or in other cases, it's more like facts. Sometimes findings are equal to opportunities, as in the findings of a whole study, and therefore it's not that easy to get a clear understanding here. So be sure to establish a common understanding with the team if you use the term. Sometimes the term opportunities is replaced by the term conclusion or recommendation. They are all the same thing in the end. Last but not least, there are more general words like hypothesis or task. A task is derived from an opportunity, and it's something you want to do to take the opportunity. It's not included in our model of atomic user research, so we keep it simple here. Hypotheses can be the starting point of an experiment, used as a description of an insight, and can be used to formulate a discovered opportunity. I know it's a lot to process, but hopefully this video helped you clear up some atomic research terms so you can figure out what is right and tweak the terminology so it fits your research processes and the team, setting you up for a successful research with clear and easier communication. That's it from me now. If you find I missed out some terms and you'd like me to clarify them, just comment below and I'll reply. Furthermore, if you have any questions regarding atomic UX research or user research in general, just contact me and we will have a great conversation. As always, I put you down some information in the description, and one thing I want to recommend here is our free email series about atomic UX research, where you get regularly new updates and new great articles about atomic user research in your inbox. And now, have a great start with working with atomic user research in your research. Bye!